If you're expecting a DWP payment next week, stop what you're doing for 10 seconds. Because there's one quiet detail that has caught thousands of people out before. Your money can land early, land late, or look like it's missing. And it can happen without a single warning text. No siren, no letter, just you staring at your bank balance, thinking, hang on, where is it? And the worst part? It often happens right when you've already planned every penny. Rent, gas, food, a family birthday, prescriptions. That moment where your stomach drops and your brain starts racing. Today is about making sure that moment doesn't happen to you. Picture this. It's early morning, kettle's on. You've got that routine you've had for years. You check your bank app, not because you're obsessed with money, because you have to be careful. Because you've learned the hard way that it'll be fine is not a plan. And maybe you're not living fancy. Maybe you're just trying to live normally. But then you see it. The payment you expected isn't there. And suddenly it's not just numbers on a screen, it's your whole day, your whole week, your sense of safety. Because for a lot of UK seniors, especially if you're on Universal Credit, pension credit, state pension, or you're getting help with rent, your payment date isn't just a date. It's your lifeline. Now here's where it gets tense. Because it's not always a DWP problem. Sometimes nothing has gone wrong at all, and it still looks like it has. That's the trick. Payment dates can shift around certain bank holidays and weekends, and the shift can feel small on paper, 1 or 2 days, but in real life it can hit hard, especially if bills come out automatically, especially if you're waiting on a top-up to cover food, especially if you're helping a grandchild or you've got travel booked for a hospital appointment. And there's something else that makes this worse. Different benefits behave differently. Some move early, some don't. Some payments that you think will change stay the same. And some that you think will stay the same don't. So let me ask you a simple question, and I want you to actually think about it. If your payment date moved by even 1 day, would you notice before it hit you? Or would you only notice when you opened the app and felt that cold jolt in your chest? Because there's a pattern that keeps repeating every single year, and it usually spikes around holiday periods, Easter, Christmas, and the run-up to late summer bank holidays. People plan their week based on the usual date, but then the calendar changes the rules. Your payment might come early. Great, right? Not always. Early can create a dangerous gap. Because if you receive money early due to a bank holiday, that doesn't mean you get extra. It just means you've got to stretch it longer until the next one. And that longer stretch is where people get caught. You feel relief for about 10 seconds. Then you realize, wait, that's it until the next payment. And suddenly it's a longer wait than you expected. And now the most important part. What payments are we actually talking about today? And what should you do right now to protect yourself? First, Universal Credit. Universal Credit is paid monthly, and your payment date is usually the same each month based on when you first claimed. But here's the key detail. If your payment date lands on a weekend or a bank holiday, it's normally paid on the working day before, not after, before. So if you were expecting it on a Monday bank holiday, it may arrive on the Friday. That sounds nice, until you realize your next payment is still a month after your usual date, not a month after the early one. That can mean a longer gap, and if you've got direct debits timed for certain days, it can create a squeeze. Second, state pension. Many people assume all state pension payments behave the same way, but your state pension payment day depends on your national insurance number. It's usually paid every 4 weeks, and the specific weekday is linked to the last 2 digits of your NI number. If that payment day lands on a bank holiday, it's typically paid early, again, the working day before. So if you're used to it landing on a Monday, and that Monday is a bank holiday, you might see it on the Friday. That can make people panic the following week when nothing arrives on the usual day. The money already came, it just came early. Third, pension credit. This one matters because it often acts like a gateway. It can unlock other help, like cold weather payments in some situations, housing support routes, and it can affect council tax reductions, depending on your local council. Pension credit is usually paid every 4 weeks as well, and like the others, bank holidays can shift the date earlier. If you rely on it to cover basics, a shifted date can mess with your entire rhythm. Now I'm going to make this extremely practical, because anxiety hates clarity, and clarity kills anxiety. Here's what I want you to do today. Yes, today, so you're not caught off guard. Step 1. Check your next expected payment date in writing, not in your head. Don't rely on memory. If you're on Universal Credit, log into your online account and look at your payment section. If you're on state pension or pension credit and you don't have online access, look at your last bank payment date and count the cycle, monthly for UC, 4 weekly for state pension and pension credit. If you're not sure, call the relevant helpline or ask a trusted family member to help you check. Step 2. Look at a UK bank holiday calendar for the next month. This is where the hidden danger sits. If your expected payment date falls on a bank holiday or weekend, assume it might arrive early. That's the safe assumption. Step 3. If your payment comes early, treat it like it came on time. This is the mindset shift that saves people. Don't spend it early just because it arrived early. If you can, keep it ring-fenced, even mentally, because the calendar will demand that extra stretch later. Step 4. Watch your direct debits and standing orders like a hawk around bank holidays. If money comes early, some bills might still come out on their usual day, and that can create a strange situation where you feel flush for a moment. Then suddenly the account dips faster than normal. If you're close to the line, consider calling your bank and asking what your payments are scheduled for, and whether any will be taken earlier or later due to the bank holiday weekend. Banks can vary. And now, here's the part most people don't realize until it's too late. Even when payments are early, some people still experience delays because of bank processing times. Not DWP delays, bank processing. Meaning the DWP may have sent it, but it lands later in your account depending on your bank's processing. This is rare, but it happens, and when it does, it feels like betrayal. You check at 6 a.m., nothing. 9 a.m., nothing. Noon, nothing. Your mind starts writing horror stories. But sometimes it lands mid-afternoon. So here's the rule that protects your nervous system. If it's a payment day and it's not there first thing, don't panic in the first hour. Check again later. And if by the end of the working day it's still not there, then you escalate, because then it's time to take action, not just worry. And action looks like this. If you're on Universal Credit and a payment is missing, check your journal first. Sometimes there's a message, a change, an update, or a sanction note, something that explains it. If nothing is there, you can add a journal message asking for urgent clarification. If it's a genuine emergency, ask about a same-day payment query or urgent support, because they do have processes for hardship situations, though it depends on circumstances. If it's state pension or pension credit and it's missing, you contact the pension service. Be ready with your national insurance number and details. And if you're not confident on the phone, get someone you trust to sit with you. You're not being a burden, you're being sensible. Now we're coming to the moment that changes how you see all this. Because the biggest trap isn't just the bank holiday shift. The biggest trap is the emotional whiplash. The way one moved payment can quietly set off a chain reaction. You spend earlier, you hit a longer gap, you rely on the card a bit more, you pay interest, you feel behind, you sleep worse, and then the next bill feels like an attack. It's not dramatic, it's slow, it's silent, and it's happening in homes all across the UK. And here's the twist. The people most likely to get hit aren't the careless ones. It's the careful ones. The ones who budget down to the last pound. Because when you budget tightly, even a small shift feels huge. A one-day change can knock the whole system out of line. So if you take nothing else from this video, take this. Don't just check your payment date. Check what your payment date collides with. Your rent date, your council tax, your energy direct debit, your phone bill, your grocery run, your travel. Because the real danger isn't the date changing. It's what the date change does to everything else. Right now, I want you to imagine the next bank holiday or weekend shift, like a bend in the road at night. If you see it early, you slow down, you take control, and you're fine. If you don't see it, you hit it fast. And even if you don't crash, you feel it in your body. So here's your simple plan for the next 5 minutes after this video. Open your calendar. Mark your next payment day. Mark the nearest weekend and bank holiday. Then check what bills come out around that time. If anything looks tight, adjust now, not later, because later is when panic charges interest. And if you're watching this and thinking, I'm not good with dates, I get confused, I don't want to mess it up, listen to me carefully. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to do it before it happens. One quick check can save you a week of stress. Take a breath. You're not powerless here. You're not at the mercy of surprise. This is one of those moments where a small bit of information gives you real control. If you want, in the comments you can simply write what you're on. Universal credit, state pension, pension credit, and roughly when you're paid. And I'll tell you what to watch for around weekends and bank holidays in a general sense. And if this video helped you, subscribe, because the next time the calendar tries to play tricks, I want you to be ready before the panic hits, not after.